my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream.
Welcome to the show. Today, one of the world's finest reggae artists is on set, Nesbeth. Sir Nesbeth, how are you doing?
Blessings, man.
Quite a while I've been wanting to interview you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the time.
Before the time.
Exactly. Your schedule has been hectic, pretty hectic, man. What's happening for you on the music front?
Well, in and out the studio, in and out of the country.
Exactly.
As well. And there's so much things going on. It's just music all over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, the swearing-in ceremony for the Prime Minister, right? I just have to touch on that. What was that moment like for you?
A moment that I can't really find a word in the English dictionary to describe.
Yeah.
The feeling is, one of those feelings where just blew you away. It's like, I've always been working and telling myself that I don't really want to be walking in the everyday path. I want to open doors that has been considered closed. Like I was on my way here, and my son, I have to give him a bit of information. We were talking about songs, and I told him that my dream song has created such an history that it has never happened in the country or nowhere in the world for an artist to be on the inauguration stage and singing his song, and the president or the prime minister sings along with him at that moment. It has never happened nowhere in the world. So I was just giving him that bit of information. That's how much I can tell you that I can't find the words to even explain.
When you got the call, when you got the call that the Prime Minister wants you to perform,
as a ghetto youth, I was definitely looking on what it can do for not only myself but for the inner city and for people in general. Trying, giving them some hope, telling them that once if Nesbeth can do this, then you can do it as well, or you can do something great as well. So it wasn't about just representing Nesbeth, it was representing the inner city, representing the people that has over a period of time becomes hopeless.
For that song, My Dream, for so many people, you would really, that song would resonate with them in a way that is just remarkable. Because so many of us, we dream every day to get to our next level. What are some of the stories that you have heard from people based on your song?
This one, after performing at the Six Flag, New Jersey, there was a lot of fun, screaming out, shouting out, wanted pictures with me, and security was there barring them off until, for some reason before I go back to my changing room, I was like, I stop and I look and I was like, wow, knowing where you're coming from, knowing that not many people really want to listen to you. Sometimes not even yourself, but listen to yourself because, what I say, and it has then become like, it is, I just can't explain most of it, but there was this one female, I decided that I was going, I asked the security to let her through, and she came to me and she was crying there, and she told me that, you know what, that you are the reason why my mom is still alive.
Wow. And
she said my mom is on her deathbed, her dying bed, and when she hear you sing, it give her a different joy that, whenever we go to the hospital to visit her, she was always singing, and it kept her alive, it keep her alive, and
yes, man.
And she was crying, and I almost lose it right there as well because it was emotional, me I say, so I'll never forget that moment.
I am a success story, success, a success story.
Take me to those early moments of your life when you were dreaming of these possibilities. What was life like in those early years for you? What did you want to pursue initially? Take me to those days when you were trying.
I never know what I want to do. I just know that I want to do something with myself, because growing up in the inner city.
Which area was it?
Arnett Garden, like Kingston 11, 12, 13, Arnett Garden, Waterhouse, in a Maxwell Avenue. In our view, you must hear the history of those communities that, you know, sometimes you have to celebrate when you pass 19 because it is not expected of one to pass that based on the pressure that they apply in such areas. You know, I didn't get much, but whatever that was at my disposal, I used it to my best of my ability, and I satisfy, as you said. And I always tell myself, say, yo, you know, someone want to do something like, you know, help my mother.
Yeah.
You know, help her out of the situation that she's in.
So, what point you found music? Thinking that music would be.
Listen, me find music and music find me.
Yeah.
And why I said that is that I used to, you know, attend Charlie Smith Comprehensive High School, and at that point, whenever a teacher was out of the class, I was like bam bam knocking the decks. But at that time, I was like singing the most popular songs that is playing on the radio. Was playing on the radio, and I would probably take a line or two and, you know, customize it, put in my and give the kids, you know, my peers the vibe, and, you know, nothing can tell us, say, me are not the biggest thing, you know, just to kind of make you feel that way there. And so after leaving school, yes, of course, I didn't graduate and didn't have a subject, and because, as you know, my mommy couldn't afford to do that. That was more of a luxury, you know. Yeah, it was, you know, I remember going to school and have to come home back for lunch. Yeah. So you must know, say, it wasn't that much. And leaving school now, you know, say you have to go work because, you know, nothing there, you know, no big uncle, no cousin, no, nobody not there in your family we can.
What were some of the jobs that you had to do?
Site work, janitor work, work at Crazy Gym.
While you were going through those moments, what was it that you kept telling yourself when you're doing the janitor work, when you're on the site work? What you kept telling yourself?
I'm just seeing myself surviving. It wasn't anything great to say, okay, I'm seeing myself in this great light. It was one of such whereas, you know, I need food to eat. Mommy not gonna be able to provide for every one of us, and it's now time for you to do something and see how best you can start making mother eat from your labor.
All right, we take a break. When we come back, we talk to Nesbeth about making it big, his losses, and other challenges.
Alrick show. Me who does bundum in a gang war what dear. No me have no steal.
Welcome back to the show. Nesbeth is here with us today. No, Nesbeth, I remember Board House. Man, I sang that song so many times. What inspired that song? What was happening?
Now, as me say, is one of them experiences that where you don't really wish it by your worst enemy. Like everything you had just.
So where were you when it happened?
Same place in the inner city. So as I say, all of them true life stories that just take place in the inner city. There's so much that is really, yo, you're deep and beyond. Even this morning I posted something on my Instagram to say, if it wasn't music, I don't know where I would be, because most of the friends I grew up with pass on. You know what I say? As I say, the inner city, if you pass 19 in the inner city, amen, so let it be. It's not what I would really want, but basically that's what it is. So it was an uncomfortable moment, but again, we still stay strong and do what we have to do to reach us up today.
So the part of the song wherein, I mean, you lost everything. How did you recover from that?
As I say, in the song, I'm left with is my Bible.
Bible, yeah.
So
you still have that Bible, do you?
Thanks.
You still have that Bible?
In my heart, because I read enough that, you know. but always, despite the struggles that we come across in life, I always look to the Most High and you know, say, you know, it is what it is, and just beg the Most High, say, you know, I never bring myself right here, so
Right.
So
your girlfriend at the time, she had left you. That part is literal.
The girlfriend.
Yeah.
Some of it is just to get this
story across, right?
The main thing is having somewhere, and then it just disappears.
But so many persons, they may not have lost a board house, but they have lost so many things in life, and you know it's a struggle to keep sane. It's a struggle to move on. For you, for the moments in your life where you have lost someone, you have lost so many things, what makes you keep going?
What makes me keep going? My songs at times, because singing songs like My Dream and those songs, Success Stories, and them songs, and them inspire so many people. And if I can inspire the people, then why can't I inspire myself?
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to rock back on my same words that I used to, clear and the mind of the mass to help myself go through it. But first thing first, I have to understand that whatever I'm going through is real.
Yeah.
And the next thing that really keep me grounded is that every situation I came across, I've always been looking on the other side of the coin, because I know that there are people out there that is going through worse.
Yeah.
That's how I keep really focused, because say for example, I lost my mom, my wife, my sister. Not for example, I lost my mom, my wife, my sister, my aunt, my grandmother, to the deadly disease, cancer. But then when I lost like each one of them, I'd be like, okay. But I reached to the stage that I could contribute even to putting them down. And I remember, moments that are cherishable, and I still rock back to say, okay, you still have a child that their parent passed on during child's birth. You know what I mean? I say, so that's basically how me use. That is what me use. It's like for everything that I'm going through, it doesn't matter how bad it is. I've always tried to look on the other side to say that it could have been worse.
What are the moments of your life now without your wife?
Well, I've always been getting flashes, of her because of the person that she is. She's definitely a strong empress. Yeah. And that's why, because I've gone through a lot of relationships that never come now go for me. She's a strong empress, and I'll always remember, because I've only married once, and she done that. I get 2 children with her, and never done that with any other of my baby mommy. I have 5. Let me see how much. I don't want to check her, and oh, I have 4 baby mother.
Yeah.
And 2, she's the only one I have 2 children with.
Right.
The others are single. So there's a whole lot of things that we have done together that I've never done. I never did with any other. So she really stood out in my mind. But then again, as I say, life continue, the journey continue.
For you, how now important is it now? I would see you with your with 2 daughters sometimes on IG. How now important is that for you now to be that kind of model father and that male figure for them, so that they know what to look for, in the future?
Well, all I can do is just be there for them and do as much as I can do and learn as we go along, because parenting is one of the hardest things, but I think it's the most rewarding thing as well, because my aim and my goal is to help them to a point where them can then help themselves.
The joke around, which is a lot, I realize.
Yeah, I really keep it as real. My father never keep it them. Never really laugh, joke a lot with me, but it still never determined who I am. Right. I realize that, being their friends, is somewhat more connected. I say, I don't know, I really look upon the father-children situation like a police and thief situation. I say, like a principal and student situation. No. I kind of look upon it whereas, you know, it's so much of an attachment that I can't even explain it. But them still understand, so there are certain lines where them have to, you know, understand and know certain things.
All right, we take a break. When we come back, we continue our conversation with Nesbeth.
Alrick Show.
Welcome back to the show. We have reggae artist Nesbeth on set. Nesbeth, you have been like in the prisons, the juvenile centers, inspiring youth. Yeah? How important is that to you?
Well, they are the rejects.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have to reach out and connect with the rejects, because at the end of the day, they might very well be the rejects for today. Right. But tomorrow they can be out in society.
True.
So my experience in the correctional centers is good,
really
because
good.
I can feel hopelessness on the rise in those facilities, and you know, when I'm leaving there, I can feel that I've done something.
What I recognize about you, Nesbeth, is that there's this sense of humbleness. There's this level of simplicity. There's this level of peace with you. What, tell me about that energy that that you embrace.
Well, I've gone through the short temper part.
Yeah.
It, as I say, growing up in the inner city, it teaches you how to stand up and fight, you know, to survive. It teaches you how to stand up to stay alive.
Yeah.
You know, I've gone through that, and at times I think that standing up, you know, for yourself was all about that physical thing, because that was what I was taught. But then I realized that the peace of mind is the best thing. So, like my kids, enough time because I don't hit them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to really and truly
be at peace with yourself.
Because sometimes, so it's something that I have to train myself. It's something that I'm feeling. It's like I choose that because it brings a peace of mind.
We don't hear your name, you know, in any controversies or anything like that.
Yeah, man, you hear my name sometimes.
You hear your name sometimes?
Sometimes
people draw your name.
No, just like the inauguration. Oh, John was time, man, song, man, go sing for the labor, right? Right. You know, some of them something there.
Right, right.
You know, them have to tell them, say, come here, man. What you say? Alright, I understand you, because ignorance is a thing, you know. Some more time I have to tell them, say, yo, listen. You know what it is like as a youth from the inner city, being on the same stage as the Prime Minister, you know, singing, you know, that do a whole lot.
Helping so many other youngsters to dream.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, so the dreams are endless. Me personally know that hopelessness is on the rise. So my contribution is to instill hope in the people.
As we talk about my dream, let me hear you give me a verse of that. My dream, right in the camera.
Look at me now, where them treat me less than good. Put me in a box like a rectangle. Oh, oh, look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm here tell you my life. Where them used to go round, me go round. No one used to come round me. My life was so lonely. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. I wish part me I come from where New York. Me I take plane like JUTC. When you see me, it's on TV. I watch shows after shows after shows after shows. Tours after tours after tours after tours. When me name call is like rose after rose, sweet melody and chorus after chorus. Them like a one door me boss, doors after doors after doors after doors. It's so much door me boss. Look at me now, where them treat me less than good.
You know, there's some important lines in that. So many times on your way up to where you are now, you were rejected so many times.
Yeah, man, so many times when I will live to come back and buy whoever reject we a beer. You know,
yeah.
People them say when them lock a door upon you, just go back and buy the building. Don't worry about them, man. Because if you do whatever you need to do, in the way you're supposed to do it, then You know, so me have to love the people them who even stand in my way.
Yeah.
Because
you're stepping stones.
Yeah. Because me I say, but all of them people never stand up in my way. I not on what this. Because if everything me stretch out for me get it. I don't need to even, you know, try harder and harder. No, so while it's not a good feeling for somebody to stand in your way, especially when you're at rock bottom, it's like when you drop, you drop.
Yeah.
You know, you
and
drop,
hard too.
Yeah, because that's why you're there. You know me I say, so I'm definitely.
But while you're progressing, there are always the people who will try to obstruct you somewhat. So you have your song "Remove My Enemies." Let me hear that.
I ask God to remove my enemies and close friends start to fall. I know every family a relative can't trust nobody at all. Some of the worst fight when me ever get are from the same people who benefit from every hard work, from every sweat. So me ask God guide my every step. I see close friends start to fall. From me ask God to remove my enemies.
No, Nesbeth, what are people saying about this song? What are people saying?
Well, one thing I can tell you, you know, it cards, you know, it's a home run, you know, because you see, when you watch everything that's going on out there, you know, even your children, sometimes the people who you're there for is not the people who really turn on and help you.
Sure.
And it is painful. And sometimes it pushes you to do things and to say things that sometimes you live to regret. But just that feeling, nobody wants to go through that. So I'm just telling them that, listen, earth runnings, expect the unexpected. And whenever such time comes around, just call upon the Most High, because sometimes it have too much for you anger.
But nonetheless, do good anyway.
Yeah, do good and go through. You continue to do good and go through. And this is what I always tell people. I don't love to be loved. No. I love because I'm a loving person. That's when you get it, when you get a hard hit, you know.
Are you looking to get married again?
I don't know, but I'll let you know when that time is right.
But it's something that you think you'd want that path again?
Most definitely, because it's a good feeling. But again, as I said, when that time comes,
we have another interview.
Most definitely. you know understand. I want to be a so there's so much for you.
All right, thank you so much, Nesbeth. And one of the reasons why you're on this show is because this show is about inspiring hope and motivating and inspiring Jamaica, the globe. So we appreciate this.
And I'm really happy to be on the show, and I just want to tell you to continue to do what you do best, because living for yourself is one, but living for the world is the other. And I see you reach out to the greater scale, which is living for the world.
Thank you,
so
man.
Blessings
I appreciate
and thanks to you
again,
and
man.
your entire staff
man.
For having me. And much love. Life over there to say.
All right, brother. All right, so want to thank you so much for sharing with us with Nesbeth on the Alrick Show. The Alrick Show will be back next week.